ladies and gentlemen, gals and pals, holes and poles. I'm your host, the Armchair Grump, and welcome back. So this is going to be a new video game in the Yakuza series. We're almost done with Yakuza Like a Dragon. That one we'll be finishing up real soon. But I had a little bit of a stressful time. My dog decided to run away when we went out to take her to the bathroom, and for nearly a half an hour, she was just gone, disappeared. And I live inside the city, and I was extremely afraid she was going to be gone. So I kind of wanted to play something that I really wanted to play. So we've been waiting for this. We're almost done with Yakuza Like a Dragon and Ichiban's first story, and so we want to. I just really want to play this because I've been really excited for it. So we're starting it up, and I love samurai stuff. I love going back to the samurai, to like the 1800s, 1700s. Unfortunately, I don't get to play. I say I don't get to. I don't play many of them. Unfortunately, like I watch lots of Japanese historical dramas, Korean historical dramas too. I know that's a different, totally thing, but I like those historical period pieces and set a lot of those. So I watch a lot of Japanese stuff too, and but Ghost of Tsushima was just French Kiss for me was an amazing thing. Was hit like every sweet spot for me. So hopefully this will do the same thing. I'll need to look, but I'm hoping for more games like this. I'm here in the future, especially with more Japanese becoming more. I won't say Western, not say what, but like becoming more popular in the West. As of late, I would like more games like this to become happening. I know there's probably tons of them, but a lot of times, like not to be mean to Japanese games, at times they're a little janky, or sometimes they're like I'm not looking for like the hero kind of things. I'm really looking for like the Ghost of Tsushima style, where like you not an open area, but like free roam, or like I really want to indulge in the culture and stuff. So hopefully this will give us that, and hopefully I really want more games. I'm gonna, if there's any suggestions for more games like this where you can really explore the cities and get into the culture and stuff like that, then I would love suggestions, because it's just something that I haven't been able to find more of yet, and so if there's stuff out there, I would love to be able to dig into it. But it's stuff me. Like I said, it's stuff that I tend to watch more on movies and TV shows and stuff. So if I could get more video games of it, then I'd be really excited. So we are going to check this out just a second. All right, so that's our intro. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. All right, new game. I think. Oh, what do we got here? Recommend for players skilled at action games, for players seeking a challenge. Survive the Bakumatsu. Okay, so the Bakumatsu, this is the falling of the shogunate. The Bakumatsu, I believe, is the, if I should remember this, because I was going to be getting a major in Japanese. Sorry, major in language, minor in history. Was the falling of the Japanese shogunate and the rising of the Meiji period, which happened in 1860 something. Yeah, 1860 something. I'm never good with dates. Dates are my thing. So you have the loyalists to the, you have the loyalists to the emperor, which were forming would be the ones who formed the Meiji period, and then you had the loyalists to the shogunate, and which is weird, but the loyalists to the emperor used him as an excuse to head away from the samurai and the shogunate to modernize the military and stuff to yeah, basically to modernize the military using rifles and to try and get also rid of the some of the caste system and reorganize it. Well, not the caste system, but reorganize the system because samurai was the system, the samurai system, and having like the system that they had and the way they kind of like it was kind of a different system, but the samurai being the warriors, and they were also the ones who owned a lot of the land. They were given land, and then they were given land, and then that land they would give out. It was kind of like it was a feudal system. It was an Eastern feudal system, and so they were the warriors, but they also had the land, and then they would have poor people work their land for them, and but they were also the ones who went to war and stuff. So a lot of times they were the ones who risked themselves. The same thing in Europe. A lot of the rich people. I don't want to say the rich people, but a lot of the lords and their sons. A lot of them they did go to war. So even though they owned the land and a lot of stuff like that, I mean, a lot of them died in battle a lot of the time, either amongst themselves, like the English fighting themselves, or the French fighting themselves, or stuff, or they died in battle against other countries. So same thing. So, but it was a reforming of that, and there's a great Japanese long drama. It's like 100 and some episodes, I believe. It's like 150 episodes. It's they're only like 15-minute episodes though. But the loyal, I believe it was the whether I now this is dramatized, of course, but I don't. I think this is true, relatively true to history. It's of course dramatized. But the few people who are loyal to the shogunate, two of the states, or the prefect. Not, I can't remember what they're called. They have like counties, or they have clans that own certain parts, certain large groups of land. And I can't remember what they're called. Back in the day, it was called during the Warring State period, where there was states that fought each other. But they're not called states anymore. Nowadays, they're like basically called prefectures. But they're the prefectures back in the day were much smaller. But I can't remember what they were called. Um, but they were owned. Each clan had a sizable had a piece of land. Some clans were much larger and had much larger pieces of land. I think two clans that were relatively loyal to the shogunate were trying to modernize the army because they were relatively behind in modernization compared to the West. So things like rifles and cannons and other stuff, and they started to modernize, and they started trying to modernize, and unfortunately, because of things like not like rituals, but like tradition, which rituals were a part of it, but like tradition and a lot of stuff where it took a lot of time and people didn't want to change due to tradition. I can't remember the name of the two prefectures of the states, the two clans. Um, but there were two that were loyal to the shogunate, and it took too long for them trying. They were trying to modernize the armies, and because of that, I think some of the loyalists to the emperor, the I think they're just called loyalists. Uh, I think used as an excuse to say that they were building an army against the emperor. There might be a little deviation in that. My memory might be a little bit wrong. Um, but then the people who are then the loyalists are able to are able to modernize a lot faster because rather the ones loyal to the shogunate, they're also loyal to the emperor, but they were loyal to the shogunate remaining. But the ones quote unquote loyal to the emperor were trying to get rid of the shogunate. The loyalists to the shogunate, I'll just put it that way. The loyalists to the shogunate, I can't remember the name of the two groups. But the loyalists to the shogunate, they were creating their own stuff. They were making their own. They were actually modernizing, but they were also making new technology at the time, and it was actually pretty. It was there was good innovations amongst it. but like I said, it was taking time. It was taking too much time because of traditional things. I think one there was like some interesting thing. One of them was actually a woman. I think that was true. I don't know how much of it was dramatized. I think it was actually true. I think it's actually true. Um, I like. I don't think it's like Hollywood bullshit because first of all, it's a Japanese drama. But her and her family were I can't remember what they're called, but they're blacksmiths. I think they were blacksmiths or something. But they helped make stuff, and they were making cannons and they were making gun barrels and stuff like that. But they were modernizing them to make the rifle shoot farther and better aiming. And they had some really good modernization that they were doing. But unfortunately, it just was taking too long, and they were taking too long to accept it. And then the loyalists to the emperor were able to just buy, if I remember correctly, they were just buying things from Western Europeans, things unfortunately that were also inferior in bulk. They were able to buy rifles and buy other things. So unfortunately, they just over like a 50-year period or so, from like the early 1800s to the 1860s, they just weren't able to modernize quick enough, and the other side quickly bought a whole bunch of cheaper things that they were able to get, and were able to overwhelm the shogunate side. There's also quite a few. Um, I think it's called the Rorini Kenshin. Um, there's a couple. That's an anime, but it's also been put into live action. Rorini Kenshin. But there's quite a few things that cover the Bakumatsu. That's I think it's very interesting. It's a really interesting time period. It's kind of a sad time period. It's like a civil. Basically the civil. It's a civil war between the Japanese, because after this goes into the very imperialistic time, uh, from the Meiji period up until World War. This is where a lot of the stuff happens between like into the early 1900s and 1920s, where Japanese becomes very imperial. I mean, they were imperialistic already, but they were very imperialistic, where they decided to start colonizing and moving outwards. And a lot of this, I think, really came from after the change of, because a lot of the shogunate and the way the samurai and everything. I mean, don't get me wrong, they were very conquering and a lot of stuff already, but a lot of it required inward reflection and a lot of other kind of uh, you know kind of it had like I said, it had a tradition to it, and when they kind of lost that, they kind of had to replace it with something else, and that love for the state, the love for the empire, and the desire to conquer and everything, kind of seemed to replace it, and it kind of led. I think that kind of led to the kind of state they were in the early 1900s. But there's some really interesting stuff that cover it. Like I said, I have to find this TV show, but the thing is, it's 150 episodes, but it's only 15 minutes a piece. At 4 episodes, I think it's like 50 hours or 50. Um, so 150 is probably no, clear 150 divided by 15. No, 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 no. That's not right. Clear. Maybe it's more than that. Clear. 150 divided by 4 episodes would equal an hour. Yeah, that's about right. I think it's around 150 episodes because that's about 37 hours, so that's about 37 normal episodes. But it's really good. I'd have to find the name of it. I think it's like I something. I think the state is called I, or maybe that's the main character's name. I'm not sure. But there's quite a bit of good stuff about the Bakumatsu, which is just yeah. It's a very bloody period because, like I said, the two it's a very it's not a big civil war necessarily like the American Civil War, which happened around the same time period. It was almost there was both during the 1860s, so both of them um, happened during roughly the same time, both in the 1860s. I don't know when this one ends. I know this kind of roughly, a lot of it happens during the 1860s. I don't know exactly when it ends, though. But unfortunately, I don't know if necessarily, unfortunately, like, the shogunate's not the best thing in the world, but I think the militarism and some of the stuff that gets replaced with, unfortunately, is... I think we'll go with hard. I know, that was just a biggest thing, but it is very interesting. If you're interested in Japanese stuff at all, the Bakumatsu period, the Civil War period, is definitely an interesting one to start with. I would probably start with the Tokugawa period, and go into the Bakumatsu, or at the very least, get some of the like overdraft of the Tokugawa period, covering the shogunate. It covers quite a bit. I think it started in the 1500s. It lasts for over 200 years. It starts in the 1500s with Tokugawa Ieyasu, of course, and then goes into ending with the Bakumatsu, and then going into the Meiji period, which then ends after World War II. I think the Meiji period ends exactly at the end of World War II. No, because the emperor doesn't die. I think the Meiji period technically goes. The Meiji period is when the name means what the emperors start. So you're not getting a sit-up tape, Pete. Sorry. Look, I know you're joking, or I know you're trying to motivate me, but look, I'm not in the mood right now. I just had a big scare with my dog, so I'm not in the mood. I just want to talk about the video games. The sides of the two images are equally visible. Equally visible? You think that's okay? I took my dog outside to go to the bathroom, and I was looking at my phone, and I looked up, and she disappeared, and I couldn't find her for over half an hour. So I thought she had either been stolen, or I thought she had wandered off and died somewhere. So, jeez. I eventually found her, so. But, trust me, I almost had a heart attack. Game auto supports autosaving. This work is entirely fictional. The people, organizations, incidents, terms, etc. appear in this work are no way related. I really want to I should probably rewatch. Unfortunately, that TV show I was talking about is very sad. December 10th, 1867, third year of the... Did I say third year of the Bakumatsu? Goro. Oh, they're all right here. Wait, okay, these are loyalists then, right? These are the secret police. I would assume that's what these guys are. I can't read what's on their shirt though. I actually live in town. So. I can't remember what they're called, but these are the Shogunate's secret police. And they're trying to form a rebellion against the Shogunate. I think this is one of the infamous raids. This is cool. Where are they? I don't think they catch him in this, though, do they? Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, dude. Oh, yeah.
不思議な話もあったもんやな。時代を動かすはずの男が時代遅れの男に切られ死ぬ。しかもこの世に存在しないはずのもう一人の自分に切られることになるんやからな。なあ、坂本龍馬さんよ。
What does he mean by that? What does he mean?
維新の英雄坂本龍馬の暗殺よりわずか数年前、この国は徳川幕府による絶対的な支配が300年にわたって続いていた。だが静寂は突如現れた異国の黒船によって打ち破られる。
The black ships are the American ships.
強大な文明力を持った異国に対し幕府は抗う術を持たなかったのである。その支配者の衰えを時の侍たちが黙って見逃すはずがなかった。無力な支配者に従う理由はない。日本は再び群雄割拠の乱世に飲み込まれようとしていた。
Oh man, this music's gorgeous. So Pete, I do live actually a little bit more in the city, and it was very traffic heavy. Like there's cars going everywhere. But yeah, there can be coyotes out here still. There's actually deer around here, and she's stupid enough to go after them. And on top of that, yeah, so I was worried. I was very worried she'd get hit by a car, another dog. She'd run into another dog, and unfortunately she gets aggressive with other dogs. A lot of stuff, and she's old. She's 14. She scared the hell out of me. Ryoma. So his name is Ryoma in this one. Auto off? Glossary. It's been years since I last saw Torso. Home sweet home. Oh, that's so good. So great. Dude, I wish there was more games like this. Dude, they need to do Ryogo Kotaku needs to do more games set during this period. During the Tokugawa period. He has a sense of humor. That's funny. Can't go that way yet. What's this? Pray? Dude, you're in my way. I was gonna pray. Use your storage at Jizo statues throughout the city. Use storage? Oh, instead of... Okay, it's a telephone. Okay. Sorry. I go. I'm pretty sure loyalist in this matter should be loyalist to the Emperor, right? Or is it loyalist to the Shogunate? I want to say it's loyalist to the Emperor. I can't remember the names of the two groups. Even with how fucking rough it was, I would have loved to live back during this time period. Like it would have been hella hard, but man, I'd rather have died young living to this time period. I know. Appendicitis? She's holding. Isha, yeah. Got my side. Isha, yeah. What did they do for appendicitis? Did they not cut? Did they not cut? In Korea, they wouldn't cut the flesh because that was deemed against Confucius law. Like cutting your flesh was not illegal, but like against Confucius teaching. Joshi?
こない時になんちゅうことぜよ。
おつ大丈夫かい？お
つ長万、何をする気ぜよ。
待て、女、どこへ行く気ぜよ。
この子が腹の腑の病気に。
おお、それで
今すぐ蘭方医のところへ行かないと手遅れに。ですからここをお通しくださいませ。
そら大変な話ぜよなあ。おお、 大変じゃ。アラノフの病気か何か知らんが、手遅れになったらなったで、それがその子供の寿命っちゅうことぜ。腹痛程度でずうずうしい女子じゃ。わしら上司の横を素通りできると思ったか。
I'm not sure what a Joshi is.
そんなに上司様は偉いのですか？
何？
私は大津藩の出です。4年前この土佐藩の郷士のところに嫁ぎました。でも土佐はおかしい。大津なら武士は人を助け、こういう時には誰よりも親切にしてくれたというのに、同じ人間なのにどうして。女子様のお通りはこの子の命より重いんですか？
Okay, it's upper class samurai. Okay, they're like the highest class Joshi, Haishi, Goshi.
そうじゃ。土佐では上司が絶対。わしらに逆らうことなど許されんのじゃ。
たく土佐。
Yeah, it's part of the,
いちいち俺を
like I said, the
苛立
feudal
たせ
system.
何者ぜよ、恩師。
土佐藩郷士坂本龍馬。
豪士じゃと。豪士の分際で恩師ゃ。
早く行け。
しかし
俺は根っからの土佐人だ。上司連中の少年は知り尽くしている。こいつらにはいくら道理を解いても通用しない。
恩師ゃ。
こうするしかねえんだよ。その子の命を助けたいのならな。
ありがとうございます。
豪士ごときがどうなるか分かっちゅうがか。
ああ。上司様に刃を向けたりはしねえ。間違って殺しでもしたら仕返しにこの町ごと焼き払われかねないからな。
なんじゃと。
後で報いは受けてやる。だがお前らにも女を殴った報いを受けさせてやる。
この命知らずが。
かかってこい。ぬるま湯育ちのお前らに痛みってもんを教えてやる。
This feels a little bit different than the other games. It doesn't feel as solid as like.
ほんまにやってしもうたちや。あの兄ちゃん。
答えな。俺だって分かってるさ。この土佐で上司に逆らったらどうなるかなんてことはここにいる誰よりずっとな。
何事だ。
Oh damn! we get to see some Kiryu ass.
江戸から土佐に戻って早々、なんであんな真似をした？あ？どうして下級武士の分際で上司に立てつくような真似をしたのかって聞いてんだ。あ？いいか、江戸帰りで忘れちまってるなら思い出せ。ここ土佐で身分は命より重い。理由が何であろうが、相手が女子供だろうが、上司に逆らえば罪になる。江戸じゃ剣を修行したそうだが、それも水の泡だ。上司に手を挙げれば全て終わり、お前に待っているのは死罪だ。
We'll just kill him.
恨むなら土佐を恨むんだな。
あんたは悔しくないのか？
なんと言った？
あんたも俺と同じ合士だろ。合士ってだけでバカな上司にも頭下げなきゃならない。あんたは悔しいと思わないのか？
一緒にするな。俺は白札合士だ。合士ごときと同列に語るんじゃない。お前ら合士は道端の石と同じだ。蹴られても捨てられても文句は言えない。
そこまでだ。
誰だ？
お前が言うところの石を蹴れる側の人間だ。
何？まさか。
江戸におわす大殿、山内陽道の懐刀とでも言えばわかるか。
Toso Domain Magistrate Yoshida Toyo.
賛成、吉田東洋様。
悪いがこの石ころ、わしの方で引き取らせてもらう。
ですが、しかし。
わしがこの土佐で最も規律に厳しい男だということを知らぬわけではあるまいな。
それはもちろん。
裁きとなる前にこの手で殺したいのじゃ。この無礼な石ころをな。
承知つかまつりました。
ということだ。覚悟せい、坂本龍馬。いや、我が息子よ。
Wait, what? Son?
それにしても、ずいぶん丹念に痛めつけられたものだな。
おやっさん、俺。
何も言うな。今他の老番に見つかったらことが台無しだ。今すぐ着替えてここを出ろ。
でもどうやって？
心配ない。出口まで人払いしてやる。だが短い時間だ。急げ。
ああ。
詳しい話は後だ。お前はここを出たら町で腹ごしらえでもして、その後隠れ家に来い。
隠れ家？
忘れたのか。わしたちが何年も暮らした塾のことを。江戸の一年ってな。
Oh, glossary. Edo, major city. Okay. Edo is Tokyo. I think it's current day Tokyo. Yeah. A major city in central Japan, later renamed Tokyo, is already one of the largest metropolises in the world by the end of the Edo period.
随分長いらしい。場所は町のやつにでも聞け。剣護士塾と聞けばわかる。
わかった。
Why are they keeping him being a son secret? Is he a bastard? Ouch. I didn't. No, sorry. I didn't ask you anything. I was responding to what you said earlier. I actually live in. I live in the. Yeah, my family lives in the countryside. I live in town. Or I live in town right now. My apartment's in town. So sometimes I'm out in the countryside. But there still are coyotes out here, though. But there's actually more. There's still deer out here, and I'm more worried about her running into other dogs, people, and it was around 10 o'clock, and there was still a lot of traffic. There's a really busy road, and I mean busy. It's it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's there's still hundreds of cars going down up and down at every minute at nighttime. So it's really busy. So I was really yeah, same thing. We're pretty close to downtown. So it's really busy around here. I was afraid she would run into another dog person, but so that main road's just over there, but then over to the other side of us is where the not suburb and there's some housing plats and stuff over there. So there's a lot of trees and stuff, and that's where all the deer are. And she likes to chase the deer. And then there's people with dogs. There's lots of dogs and stuff. And I'm just afraid, of course, that she might, she'd bump into a wild animal. She'd chase after a deer, or she'd run into a person or a dog, or of course just get hit by a car. So she scared me, and the fact that there was nothing, I didn't hear from her. She just disappeared without a sound. She just scared the bejesus out of me. The thing is we let our dogs out in our property. We have 11 acres. We used to have 18 acres or 19 acres, and we have I think about 11 or 10 acres now because we sold some of it. But yeah, she'll go all up and down it, and we normally the coyotes don't come too near us because we got horses. We have horses, and we have horses and dogs, and we have some big dogs too. So just mainly from the horses and the dogs, the coyotes don't tend to want to come into our property very much, or at least they don't come past the horse barn because of the big animals and because of the big dogs and stuff. So she'll go all around the yard and stuff. She goes around a very large piece of property, and she's fine. But she doesn't wander off of that property, or she doesn't wander. And she wandered off, and I was right there with her. There's like a small piece of property, there's a small square little piece of land that is over by a school right across from us, where she goes to the bathroom, and there's a fence, and there's a hole in the fence apparently, and she must have gone through the hole in the fence when I wasn't looking, because she was smelling stuff or something, and she just wandered right off. She's never done that before, so her nose gets her into trouble because she just keeps smelling and smelling, and she disappeared. But she has a habit of doing that. What she does is she'll wander off and she'll go all over the property at her house. We'll just let her outside. She'll go. All the dogs. We'll let them outside. They'll go wander around the property. They won't leave. Normally, they won't leave the property. Or they won't. They won't leave the property. She won't. Especially, she won't leave the property. She'll wander around, a good 5 or 6 of the acres, and she'll go to the bathroom where she'll do whatever she wants to do. And then when she's done, she'll come back to the front door and she'll bark at it. Well, that's what eventually I came back. I came back up here just to check to make sure she hadn't showed up, and eventually after I came up, I wandered back up here 3 times, and on the 3rd time, after about half an hour, I walked up here and she was up at the sliding door barking for me to let her in. Well, of course I wasn't here because I was out there looking for her, and I came up behind. I was walking up behind her, and she turned around and was barking at me because she couldn't see. She can't see in the distance. She can't see at nighttime. She was barking at me like I was a stranger until I got close up to her, and she realized who I was, and she slowly walked up to me. She knew she was in trouble because she slowly walked up to me with her head down. She's like, "Oh no, what did?" Like she's like, she knew that she did something wrong. Or she was her habit of going out on the property and then coming back because that's what she's really used to doing. But she knows she's supposed to stay with me when she's over there. But oh, she gave me a freaking headache. Like, oh my gosh. Like I said, my heart was going probably like 180. Not a very big map. Yeah, luckily I haven't locked myself out yet, but yeah, well that's what I said. She slipped through the fence and she must have just kept smelling. She just kept going. I don't know where she went. I don't know if she went around the school. I don't know if she mustn't have gone very far, but I think she just kept going kind of where our routine was. She must have gone off to somewhere that she kind of knew because she didn't go far enough to lose herself. And then she came back to the door and because she was tired and she was done enough with the cold because she came back to the door and she was barking because she wanted to come inside. Eventually, I was walking, and that's when I heard her before I saw her because she was barking, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's my dog." Then I was walking out the driveway, and I was so scared. I mean, I was so relieved to hear her barking because that's what I expected. Like there was no sound. I was expecting to hear her bark at somebody or bark at a dog or something because like there was just so much. There were so many things. I was expecting to hear her barking because she goes off at stuff. I mean, she's not like a yippy dog, but like I was expecting something. Well, how'd you get back in? You said you were locked out for 5 hours. You have no idea, like, you have no way to get back in your house if you lock it? I even know how to, well, I have like 3 ways to get, I know 3 different ways to get back into my place, my parents' place. And I had know at least one way to get into my place if it's locked. Well, as long as the safety bar isn't down. Well, yeah. No, the first thing I do though is I try to find ways to you probably didn't have your cell phone either, but the first thing I do is try to find ways into my own place in case I lock myself out. Like I know how to pick the lock. I know how to pick the lock at my house. Luckily, if I just have if I have my wallet on me, or if I have have like a library card, I can get it.
Eh?
Around town, you find pots and all sorts of places contain various useful items. Sometimes you can even find rare valuables be hard to obtain elsewhere. Also, once you've taken an item from a pot, someone will eventually refill it after a certain length of time. Check everywhere you go for lidded pots. Oh, cool. Ointment.
あなた様は宣告の
Is this the lady? Oh, I was gonna say, so I don't know how it is quite in Japan. I mean, it is probably seen as like,
どうかなさいました
not sacrilegious, but as odd or strange or crazy to like cut people. There might have been some things that they do, but like I know in Korea, at least for Confucianism, Confucius. I don't know what the word is, but you're not supposed to cut yourself and do certain things. I don't even know if they have piercings. Do they have piercings in older Korean stuff? Like, I don't know if they have earrings and stuff. But you're not supposed to cut yourself. They have tattoos, though, don't they? They have some kind of tattoos. But because of you're supposed to like respect what your parents gave you, and so like for surgery, like if you need to cut something out of you, like cut your skin to get something out, or to cut, so trying to do appendix or like cutting your skin to get like I'm gonna think like I would assume they cut the skin. They would like cut open something for like getting out arrows. I don't know how they do some things, but like to actually like cut open, like maybe not for doing surgery style stuff, but the Western, when you would cut somebody open to try to do surgery back then, it was seen as extremely like crazy, like you were doing something like evil. Not like, well, maybe not evil, but like you were crazy, like you were doing something harmful to them. Which technically you are doing something harmful, but hopefully in the chance of doing something, hopefully in the long chance of doing something good, helpful to them. But so like I wonder what they did back then, if appendicitis was just lethal in Japan, or if maybe they had some ways of soothing it or stuff, or if only until Western medicine came along that they would have to do something. Because most of the time, if you had appendicitis, I guess maybe appendicitis can be soothed. I'm not positive. Maybe only the time you can have to take the appendix out is when your appendix bursts, and maybe you can deal with appendicitis otherwise. You don't have to take it out. But nowadays, if you have appendicitis, they just end up taking your appendix out because it could flare up again. But I wonder if they had to cut her open and take out her appendix. But she was really young. It's weird for someone so young to have appendicitis. Is this another telephone? This game looks good, but is it like set during like Yakuza 0? Did this originally come out like during Yakuza 0 time? It has it feels kind of similar in a lot of features. Tososake. Okay. I have 6 ryo, so I'm assuming how much mon would make a ryo? 10,000? I mean, like once you hit the 10,000, I guess it becomes a ryo, maybe? Oh wait, no, this is food. Alright, this is okay. I thought it was... Every town has a well. In addition to the tasty water therein, you might discover items some have dropped when you check them. They surely lower the water quality just sitting there, so pump proactively. Wait, what? I'll see it being. Oh, okay, so I have to wait.
調子はどうでうちの店寄ってってちょうだいやお一つどうかねいらっしゃいませ
Doesn't he have the same? He definitely has a similar model to one of the guys I just beat up. Oh, I can only do one at a time. So we got whole mackerel sushi and just manju. I guess we'll just do the cheapest one since we don't have any health needs, right? Okay, yeah, 10,000 mon equals.
Oh, my.
The real.
ありがとうございました
Black ships, naval craft built in the Western world. The methods of their construction involved painting the hulls with black pitch, leading to impressionable, intimidating designs that greatly contrasted Japanese shipbuilding techniques. I believe these were Western. I mean, these were American ships, unless this isn't the Admiral Perry ships. Admiral Perry was the one that forced Japan to open up, but I believe, yeah, it was Admiral Perry. But maybe this isn't the one. But yeah, I remember, I think it was Admiral Perry. Maybe they did, yeah. Tosa, a domain encompassing much of Shikoku's southern region, ruled by the Yamauchi clan. Their area is now known as the Kochi Prefecture. Tosa Loyalist Party, a political group founded in the Tosa domain near the end of the Edo period. But loyalist to who? Political group founded in the Tosa domain. Is this the Imperial Loyalists or the Shogunate Loyalists? Takechi Sensei welcomes all. House of Fighting, Kingoshi, Schoolhouse.
お兄さんはい寄ってってどうぞごひいきに
I think he said to ask people, right?
また今度いらっしゃいませ
The controls handle a lot like Yakuza 0. Guess he doesn't know anything. How long ago did this school exist? Uh-oh. Ronin. Wandering Samurai. Crap. Brawler, style for the brave or the desperate. Parry attacks from all directions and utilize ancient martial arts. Objects in the environment to punish your enemies. Why am I not using weapons? Press circle to arm yourself with a nearby object. Press down in the style to use and equip a special weapon. Press L1. Press as an enemy strikes to parry. Parrying activates War Cry counter, granting temporary invincibility. Remember though, you cannot guard against blades or bullets while unarmed. See the battle section in your notebook or look through your abilities for further details. I would like... How do I... You're not helping me here. Oh, I thought you said I couldn't parry without... I thought you said I couldn't parry without a weapon. Feels very stiff. Combat. Dude, you're a samurai. Can I pull out my sword already? Tired of the brawler stuff. I just want to pull out the sword. Learn new abilities with the soul orbs you acquire from leveling up. Ability enhancement is crucial for fighting powerful enemies, so don't forget to do it as you gain soul orbs. Hello. Press the option to open the pause menu and select abilities to use your soul orbs. There are two types of soul orbs used to learn abilities. A training orb is acquired when you level up. Can be used on any style of fighting. A style orb is acquired when a specific style levels increases, and it can only be used for that particular style. Style levels increase when you use them to fight. After learning an ability, you can swap out its training orb with a style orb. By placing the cursor on the ability and pressing X, you gain as many abilities as possible with prudent soul orbs swaps. Okay. Interesting. Raises the damage from a chain. Charged finishing blow, a powerful swordsman style ability. Hold triangle during a rush combo. How many orbs? I have 1 orb, 2 orbs. Chelsea Provisions? Sorry. Run over there, poor puppy. Ooh, there's a pot. Charcoal. We've got cats.
高知城で格式ばった連中と飲む酒はまずくてな。酒はここで飲むに限る。
おやっさん。
どうだ龍馬。傷にしみるかもしれんが、数年ぶりに飲まないか。しかしせっかく江戸にまで出してやったのにな。剣の修行じゃ少年は鍛えられなかったか。
Oh, it's just gonna give
土
me.
佐に帰るなり上司と喧嘩とは。まったく相変わらずだ、お前さんは。
相変わらずなのは土佐の上司たちの方さ。江戸行って分かったが、土佐の階級意識の強さは異常だ。
どうやら修行の成果はあったようだな。
しかし、あんなことをして大丈夫だったのか。
お前を逃がしたことか。
おやっさんは土佐の賛成なんだろう。それが勝手に罪人を逃したと知れりゃ、下から足を引っ張る連中も出てくる。
土佐のお偉い老人たちのことか。だが問題ない。さっきの老番は白札合子だ。面倒を起こしはしない。
どういうことだ。
白札は合子と上司の中間。つまりわしとお前の間の身分だ。何かあればすぐ合子に格を落とされる。それがあの老番の最も恐れる事態だ。そうやって権力にこびるような奴は大した度胸もねえさ。
そういうもんか。
ああ、お前みたいに後先考えねえで上司に対しても逆らえる奴の方がよっぽど怖い。国を預かる賛成としてはな。しかしこの場所も古くなっちまったな。
ああ、だが俺にとっては自分の家も同然だ。
思い出すな。もう10年以上経つか。
ああ、
上司に身内を殺され行く当てを失った子供たち。お前もその一人だった。
What is this music?
わしはそんな子供たちをほんの少しでも引き取ろうと塾を作った。藩には内緒でな。
俺は今でも不思議に思う。どうしておやっさんは上司でありながらあんなことをしたんだ。
Okay, so he's not his real
さ
father.
あどうしてだろうな。だが一つ言えるのは、わしは土佐が大嫌いだってことだ。
嫌い？
ああ、土佐は階級が絶対的な国だ。武士だけでも上司、白札合司、そして合司の3階級が存在する。土佐藩は同じ武士であるはずの人間にそういった階級を与え、身分の壁を作ることによって藩の秩序を守ってきた。
This music doesn't seem quite right.
だが本来、武士も農民も商人も女も子供も全ては同じ人間。差なんてねえんだ。
あ
あ。だからわしはそんな土佐に恨みを持つお前たちを塾に引き取った。土佐を変えられる人間を育てるためにな。
土佐を変えられる人間。
そうだ。階級という制度に飼いならされた人間には変えたいという気持ちは生まれない。わしはな、龍馬、土佐を変えられる人間ってな、土佐を誰よりも愛し、土佐を誰よりも憎んでいるやつだと思うんだ。お前は15年前、上司に家を焼かれ、実の親兄弟を失った。お前は土佐を変えたいと願っているはずだ。
おやっさん。
ん？
じゃあどうしておやっさんは藩の仕事をしているんだ。藩の賛成ってのは土佐の階級制度を守る立場なんじゃねえのか。
そうだ。わしは土佐で最も身分や階級といった規律を重んじる男だ。表向きにはな。龍馬、竹地にはもう会ったか？
兄弟に？いや、まだだか。
お前が留守にしている間、あいつには重大な仕事をしてもらった。
仕事？
ああ、土佐勤王党という組織を作らせた。
土佐勤王党？
今の土佐藩の体制に不満を持った豪士を中心に500名。名目上、勤王とは謳っているが、その思いは一つ。土佐の身分制度の崩壊が目的の集団だ。
それじゃ勤王党の敵は土佐藩ということか。
わしはな、龍馬、その勤王党の力で土佐をぶっ壊そうと思ってる。
壊す？
そうだ。わしがこの塾で息子同然に育ててきたお前ら二人、竹地半平太、坂本龍馬の手によってな。龍馬、竹地に会いに行け。そして土佐勤王党に入るんだ。とにかく詳しい話は竹地にあって直接聞いてくれ。わしはそろそろ城へ戻らねばならん。
今兄弟はどこにいるんだ？
町で土佐勤王党の竹地といえば知らない奴はいない。だがすんなり会えるかはわからんがな。
ミント損かもしれんで。それちょうだい。あとこれも一緒。はい、どうも。
お出かけか。
私はカツオが大量。どうも。ちょっと買うて帰らんと。
Another way to meet him? That's kind of nifty the way they got the water going around it. I hear people talking, but I don't see anybody. Yomoki Mochi? Sounds like there's people here, but there's no one here. Inside the shrine? Visiting a shrine. Oops. Jeez, do I need to talk to somebody? Press X at the right time to chop wood. The X will glow with inner strength as you raise it. Press X. It glows brightest for a perfect chop. The more wood you chop in succession, the faster it'll go. And now the old wood cutter just needs 20. You receive 100 mon for every piece you chop. Really? That's a lot. Stop and chop. Oh, come on, really? Oh, okay. You got the 20. I was thinking, why can't I click? Why can't I click? Pretty easy way to get money, I guess. I don't know what... Just slice the guy in two would be nice. Why do I always gotta play the good guy? I just want to chop him up.
調子はどうでほら見ていかんかえやっていきやはいあなた様忙しそうです
Oh, is this how Yakuza start? I'm not countering, I got a guard, okay. Timeless steady style, swordsman balanced. Swordsman balanced of offense and defense is well suited for one-on-one duels, zero combat alike. Use square to begin a rush combat with a hold triangle to charge a finishing blow. Press circle to perform a summer rainfall. Powerful guardian break. Use battle section. Your abilities for further details. Circle to break the enemy's guard with some rainfall. Let's turn up the heat by expending a fixed amount of heat using triangle. You can unleash a powerful attack called Heat Action. Charge up heat by attacking enemies and consuming items when certain conditions are met. While you have sufficient heat, triangle will display. Be able to unleash a heat action depending on the situation. You can increase the number of heat actions available to you by gaining abilities. For more details, try looking through triangle field abilities. Blah 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 blah. Press triangle to release heat action. How do I unleash? I don't see any options. I'm seeing the heat actions. Am I supposed to go into a combo in here? There was one when he was on the ground. There we go. Gotta wait until he's on the ground. Can I just kill these guys yet? Finally. Ouch. Well, it looks so terrible. I have terrible technique and everything because you made me do all this stupid stuff. Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh, look at that face. Just once I get my items. Ooh, iron plate. Now that guy can't turn me away. Fuck you, dude. That's right.
Come here!
He looks familiar.
Mm-hmm. やっと戻ってきやがった。龍馬。
Oh, he's from Yakuza 0, isn't he?
竹内先生、もしかしてこの人が？
ああ。以前からお前らによく話して聞かしている俺の唯一無二の兄弟分であり、土佐最強の剣士、坂本龍馬だ。
これが 土佐勤王党か。
お前何やらかしてきたんだ。傷だらけじゃねえか。
つまらねえ話だ。それより兄弟、東洋のおやっさんと剣護私塾で話してきた。
そうか。なら話は早いな。みんな聞いてくれ。龍馬はこの1年江戸へ剣術修行に行っていた。今日からこの坂本龍馬を土佐勤王党の筆頭としたいと思う。どうだ。
ヒットほいったらいきなり第二席幹部のさらに上じゃちゅうことですか。
Look at that big piece of... Look at that scar on his back. Damn. What the hell did he do?
おい、見たか。俺がお前を筆頭にすると言った時の連中の反応。最近は勤王党も妙に堅苦しい組織になってきちまってたからな。いい起爆剤になったろうぜ。
高3の連中からはあまりよく思われないだろうが。
いいんだよ、それぐらいで。あれぐらい刺激がねえと下の連中も焦らない。組織っていうのは固まっちまったらしまいだ。土佐藩がいい例だろ。
まあそうだが、まだ痛むのか背中。
おお、これか。いや、痛みはねえさ。まあ後だけは派手に残っちまってるかな。
すまねえ兄弟。
もう謝んなって言ったろ。いつの話だ。
15年前だ。だが今でも昨日のことのように思い出す。
まあ忘れよったって忘れられねえか。上司による焼き落ち、目の前で両親と家が焼け落ちるのを見ちまってんだからな。
Is it a burn?
あの時兄弟が助けてくれなかったら俺は両親ともども灰にされてた。だが俺を助けたせいで
Okay, yeah,
兄
it was
弟
a burn.
は大やけど。本当にすまないと思っている。
だから謝んなっつってんだろ。謝るのはお前じゃねえ。あの日お前の家と家族を焼いたのは上司どもだ。だろう。
ああ。
龍馬、俺とおやっさんは土佐藩を変えるつもりだ。当然お前にも力になってもらいたい。
あらかたの話は聞いてる。だが実際のとこ何をする気なんだ。
土佐藩の天守高知城を襲撃するのさ。土佐勤王党の党員500人でな。
襲撃だと。
襲撃っつっても実際には手を出さずに終わるはずだ。
Plans don't normally go
城
as
を応
planned.
して勤王党の覚悟が藩の上層部に伝わればいい。その上でおやっさんが城を牛耳る老人たちに隠居を迫るんだよ。万が一老人たちがそれを拒むが当然その場合の軍備はできている。
そうやって空いた席に勤王党が座るのか。
ああ、すぐそこに迫る危機、命の危険を感じて初めて上司連中は自分たちの考えの 浅はさに気づく。ガチガチに固まっちまった土佐藩の身分制度を壊すにはそのぐらいの荒領事が必要ってことだ。
Do the Joshi not exist in other
なるほどな。
黒船が初めてこの国に来た時と同じさ。脅威というものを感じることで人間は動揺する。変わらなければならないと考えるようになる。そういうことだ。
東洋のおやつさんは剣護士塾を開いている時からこのことを考えていたのか。
多分な。あの人はお前には剣を、俺には政治と学問を叩き込んだ。それも全てはこの計画のためだ。
そうだったのか。だがもう剣が役立つこともなさそうだな。
どうしてだ。
きっと剣で人を切るという時代は終わるんだろう。実際さっきお前もピストルの練習をさせていただろう。
いや、それは金の音の連中には剣の才がないからだ。剣はいくら教えても才能がなければ上手くならない。だがピストルは違う。練習さえすれば戦力になり得る。万人に平等な武器というわけだ。
平等な武器か。
龍馬、俺らは身分という壁を壊そうとしている。だがたとえそれが実現したとしても人間は決して平等になんかならない。才能があるものとないもの、身分という壁がなくなっても今度は別の壁が立ちはだかる。だから俺はどうにかしてどんなに学がない人間でもどんなに剣が触れない人間でもせめて楽しく生きられる世の中を作りたいと思っている。
兄弟、
お前も持っといてくれ。金の塔の一員として。俺たちが剣や銃を持たなくてよくなった時、その時初めてこの国に真の平等が訪れる。それまで俺と一緒に戦ってくれないか。土佐金の音を俺と一緒に支えてくれ。頼む。
ああ、分かった。
そうだ。よし。実はな、今晩高知城で東洋のおやつさんと今後の話をすることになってるんだ。一緒に行かないか。
そんなに大っぴらにあって大丈夫なのか。
なに、高知城まで行けばおやつさんの禁止が招き入れてくれる手はずになってる。大丈夫だ。
そうか。
それじゃあお前は表で少し時間を潰しててくれ。俺もすぐ支度していく。
Obtained Model 2. Obtained flame rounds. Obtained enhanced rounds. Always grab a drink and kill some time till Takechi's ready. Alright, I think this is probably a good place to go ahead and stop. It's getting late. Try and get up earlier tomorrow so I can keep doing stuff. So I will see you guys. Is this autosave? Autosave? Save. So thanks for everyone that stopped in. Of course, check out the Discord if you're interested in get notifications. I stream kind of randomly. I'm not really set hours yet, just because of, well, probably never going to have really set hours, just because due to health issues and stuff like that. I try to do the afternoons normally, but that's why the Discord is really helpful. Hop in there, you'll get those notifications. Excuse me. And then, yeah, if you're watching on, it's in the About section for that link. And then also, if you're watching on YouTube, scroll down a little bit in the description. Should be a link over to the Twitch where you can catch me live. And then hop over to the Discord. If we're playing multiplayer games, of course, feel free to ask to join either in the Discord. If I don't see you there, then go ahead and hop into the chat and ask there again. It'll become first come, first serve. Usually we try to get as many, grab if you can. I'll try to switch people in and out. But of course, you can leave your gamer tag and stuff if you want over the Discord. Otherwise, you can just chat with us over there, drop memes, hang out, whatever. So, yell at me when you want and stuff like that. So, yeah, I will see you guys around. You guys have a good one. Hopefully, we'll be back tomorrow. We're probably going to do some more Pal World. I was thinking about doing some Pal World and Ark, but either or. Maybe play some Like a Dragon, or maybe some more of this. Trying to finish up Yakuza Like a Dragon, of course. Don't want to leave that hanging. So I will see you guys later. Thanks for everything, everybody. I was a little more low energy this one. I kind of got burnt out earlier. I apologize due to just the stuff that happened with my dog. I was running around looking for her for about half an hour, and I was just, like I said, my heartbeat was through the roof. I was scared the fuck out, and until I finally found her back at the front door, barking her little heart out, looking to get inside. So it scared the fuck out of me, and I just trust me, when you have a scare like that, you kind of go through all the emotional states, but also at the same time, like I said, besides the fact that I jogged around the block a couple times, I jogged around the school and stuff, but on top of that, I like my heartbeat and everything was up, but I was just exhausted, so I was just kind of just tired. But I still found this quite fun. I think it is. I don't know when it came out originally. I was expecting something a little. I thought it was more. The engine and everything, I thought it was going to be more set in the later games, so I thought it was going to be a little higher tech and all that, but it seems to be during Yakuza 0 time that it came out, like 2017, 18, 19, something like that, which is not bad, but it's just it's not as it is refreshed, furbished. It's fine, not as finely tuned. Yeah, it's not as I don't say well made. It's not that either. It's not, it's not up to date as the newer games, of course. So, but it's still really fun, and I'm liking it so far. So we'll get to hopefully unlock these and the other two the other two fight styles. But if you're looking for more, hopefully be playing some more here in the future. Like I said, probably Pal World and Ark tomorrow, or at the very least Pal World or Ark, and then maybe some more of this or Yakuza Like a Dragon as we try to finish that up before we can really go more on to playing some of the other ones, because then we'll be playing between this and Yakuza 0, going back and forth, because Yakuza 0 is almost over. Yeah, but not bad, and I really like the setting. The setting is really good. It's kind of, I love this setting. I feel more at home at this setting, to be honest. I really like the Tokugawa period, samurai, like anything kind of set in the samurai stuff. So it makes me think of a lot of the historical TV dramas and stuff that I watch quite a bit. So, but yeah, check out the Discord if you're interested. Links just below the stream, and links in the About section, and I'll give you those notifications from when I'm streaming. I will see you guys later. Bye bye.